Hello everyone, this is Endgame Arts. We'll do another unboxing, another breakdown, another demo. This is Okami, the HD remake that was only available physically as an import out in Japan. It never got a physical release for any other console, aside from PlayStation 2 when it first released, and it got a physical release as well on the Wii. But this is the only HD remake physical release of the game. Sadly, it was only available in Japan, but bear in mind the game is fully 100% in English if you get the right copy. Now, I don't know if there's any difference between the copies, but I have heard that there is a variation between copies, so you gotta find the specific right copy of the game. This game is also kind of important to me because this was actually my very first game that I ever got as an import. I remember being very, very hesitant on this game as a Japanese import. The very first import I ever got was Burnout Paradise Ultimate Box, but this was the first one from a totally different country. I was worried the whole game was going to be in Japanese. But I was greatly surprised to find the game fully 100% in English. Subtitles and menus and all. There's no switching over or anything. It's just right as you pop it in. I'm assuming it reads your console and what English, if you have the console set up in English or the United States or main power region, it'll just immediately just set itself for English. Now, Okami is a very, how do you say, well-loved, but also not loved enough IP from Capcom. It sold, apparently, by my understanding, very, very poorly when it first released. But I think over time, kind of like the Soul series, it became more and more noticed for its greatness. It doesn't get enough appreciation in my book. It's the only game I could say, without a doubt, even rivals the Fields of Zelda in terms of the exploration, getting gear, leveling up, and getting stronger, and just the overall story, the atmosphere, the graphics. Because if you think about that, this game is actually from all the way to PS2 era, and if you look at the graphics now in its HD remake and 1080p, you wouldn't even believe that this game was all the way back in the PS2 era. That's how great the graphics and the gameplay and the functions of the game work, and it's almost a timeless game, and I would love to actually see another re-release of it on the PlayStation 4, without a doubt. Okami, like I said, is just more straightforward as like a Zelda almost form, but you could almost even try to compare it like to Twilight Princess, because it does have a little bit of feel of Twilight Princess, but I don't think Twilight Princess came out by the time this game came out. I think this game came out first, but it's still, you try form the dog, and it feels great to play the dog. The combat system is, it can be a little tedious at moments. It's not the most fluid combat, but it's still pretty fun. You get the equipment, gear, and be able to attack and be able to prove yourself. And as well as you use the special ink brush there, as you saw, to do special attacks like slash, lay a bomb, use certain other things to disrupt the enemy. It provides another field of function in the game, and I really, really enjoyed this function. Now, it's been a while actually since I played this game. There's an old save I have right here. I was sitting here trying to remember everything. It's been such a long time since I sat down and played it, but I've been wanting to make this video for such a long time for you guys, but I just never got around to it. And Nugene was really nice to make me a thumbnail real quickly so I can get this video for you guys. But as I said, this is one of those games that if you are a physical collector or you're someone who appreciates some very old games, or just the art style of games, or just someone who maybe really enjoys Zelda kind of games, then you have to put this game into your collection, especially if you can get the physical copy from the PlayStation 3 version of here. Now, you can get the PS2 version and the Wii version, and it's perfectly just fine, but if you get this version, you're going to truly see the gloriousness of the graphics and the art style. I really, really love the art style of this game, which is like an ink drawing, oil painting style, and I really am at all every time I see the style of this game. And as well as the paintbrush is like one of the few games that works great with the PlayStation Move function, where you can actually use the PlayStation Move to draw and stuff. But if you don't have a PlayStation Move, the game is fully compatible with the PlayStation 3 controller. So you don't even need it if you don't want to. As I said, this game works like a Zelda game. Like, there's a lot of hidden stuff, a lot of alternate paths. You won't be able to get to certain things until you unlock a certain ability to allow you to access certain things. It's as I said, it's one of those games that actually is up there that rivals Zelda. And to my personal opinion, it's really right beside the Zelda series games. And it just disappoints me to know that this game did not get the recognition and the love and the support it deserves when it first released. Now, I'm sure a lot of people would agree that the game has built up a cult following. It's well noticed in the gaming community, and then even Capcom has introduced the dog here, Okami, into several other games like the Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate Edition, where she's actually a fighter in the game. The dog, or the wolf, if you will, and she still gets noticed. And they did release, I think, a Nintendo DS game as well. It wasn't really a sequel, but some call it a sequel, but it wasn't really a sequel. It was just like another just a spin-off game. You can just play, just continue something you can play. So it just really disappoints me that we've never gotten a sequel to this game. But I have heard rumors that Platinum Games is possibly working on a sequel to this game. And if that's true, coming from Platinum Games with their Nier Automata, Bayonetta, and so many other great games that came from them, I have high hopes to see what they can do. Because, I mean, we need a sequel to this game. And if we can, and with next generation hardware, using this art style, then it would just be phenomenal. And as I said, this physical copy, I've never experienced any bugs or problems in the game. There was no updates, no nothing. Now, the game does take quite a while to install, and some people find this very important, but you do need to install the entire game onto your hard drive to play, and you need the disc as a key to be able to play it. So, I mean, bear that in mind. It does take quite a bit of time to install, and it's quite a big install, but it's well worth it, trust me. Just to have the physical copy, I am proud to have this game on my copy now. I don't know how hard it is now to find a copy. I haven't really looked in a long time, but it's well worth it if you can try to find it, because the game is just so much fun and so creative and so just one of those games that it makes you sad to meet somebody who's probably never played it or even heard of it, and you're just like, it makes you sad because the game is such a charming and beautiful, and there's just so much you can praise this game for. Now, it still has some problems. It's not a flawless 10 out of 10 game. No game's a 10 out of 10. But it still was just one of those games that will be always, to my opinion, what I will never personally forget. Because I love this game. When I first time played it, because I didn't first play it until I got the PlayStation 3 version here. I didn't get the PS2 version. I was one of those people who pushed it aside. I never got around to playing it. And the Wii one, I don't know. I think it only works with the motion controllers, and I don't like the motion controllers on the Wii, so I never used it for that. But when I got the PS3 version, I took that risk, and I found out it was fully in English. Oh my lord, this game became one of my top 10 most loved games of all time. And now I'll constantly, even myself, will somehow forget about the game. And I don't know why or how. That's why, like I said, it took me a long time to get to this video, because it's there, but somehow I just forget that it exists. And I don't like that, because the game should not be forgotten for how great it is and how much fun it is. From great music to great art style to great story to great characters, there's nothing really wrong with this game. And if you have a PlayStation 3 and you're willing to import, this is well worth it to go out of your way to try to get a copy into your collection, or just try to play it, because I think it is available on PSN. And if you have a PS2 or Wii, hey, it's well worth it to pick up a copy and play it that way as well. It's just one of those games that everyone should be able to sit down and play. It's just such an amazing game, and like I've said before, I'm so proud to have a physical copy of this game, and it makes me disappointed that like Capcom didn't make this physical release available in other places. I don't understand why Capcom oftenly does this. They did it with Strider, the Japan version as well, fully in English, but only released in Japan, and I don't understand why Capcom does that. This is well worth in your collection, and what you see here is just a bare bones. There's lots of hidden abilities, lots of gear and items, money, leveling up, special art stuff you can get, special attack equipment you can gather up as well as a bunch of small little mini games and little functions and stuff like that. It plays like a Zelda game, but it's just more, I'd say, better in the art style, and just overall the aesthetic is a little bit more embracive in my opinion than a Zelda game. But I'm not trying to say Zelda's a bad game, not any form of that. Zelda games are still great, but this Okami definitely really rivals Zelda, and it makes me so sad that we've yet to receive a sequel. And I hope those rumors are true about Platinum Games making a sequel, because that would be amazing. Because I could not wait. I'm worried that it might be like a Nintendo exclusive or something like that, and that would be heartbreaking. But if Nintendo's funding it, I would understand. But I could just No, this game needs to be available to everyone. It's one of those games that everyone should be able to get to sit down and play. Even PC players, everyone should be able to get to play Okami. So, like always, I will try to leave links down in the description. Now, this game has been out for a long time. So hopefully I'm providing the right links to the right physical copy of the game. Because like I said, it's been out for quite a while. And I should have gotten to this video a lot sooner for you guys. Now, because I've had this physical copy for quite a while. I'm just finally making a video for you guys. So, like always, like I said, I'll leave links down in the description. And check out it if you're interested in a copy. I highly recommend you check out a copy. Hit that like, subscribe button if you want to see more videos from me. Because I'll try to keep covering these overlooked or import games like this and everything like that. And listen to your guys' suggestions of games I should look into. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!
Yo,